Hello, everybody. Welcome to the world's finest podcast. My name's Bodie. That is my good friend Noah. And today we're talking about Ironheart.
Yeah, we're gonna review Ironheart, all finished. By the time this episode comes out,
Mhm.
Superman will be out.
Yeah.
So Superman review will be coming next episode
We,
after we've seen it. But yeah, we're basically just gonna review Ironheart. If you haven't seen it, don't worry about it. We're gonna do spoilers and then spoilers. And then we'll have something not Ironheart related at the end of the episode.
mhm.
So you can just skip through with whatever.
And we'll have a timestamp too, so you can skip through to
Yeah,
spoilers.
I got you guys. I got you guys.
Yeah. Would you want to just give like a rating out of 10 first?
I Ironheart. Here's our scores for
Uh-huh.
Ironheart out of 10. 3, 2, 1,
4.5.
7 out of 10.
What? That high? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
7 out of 10.
Dang.
Um, justify the 4.5.
Uh, Mephisto's on a spoon. That's all you see him. And that's not even spoilers because that's literally the only thing ever shown from Mephisto. It's all you see from Mephisto. That is my reasoning to absolutely despising the show. Because for years, they built up Mephisto. And like magic versus tech, and then you get like 5 seconds. Or not even 5 seconds, you get like a second of Mephisto in 5 minutes of screen time with human form. That's my justified rating.
Bro, this is meant to be spoiler free, bro.
Oh, I mean, I would hardly count that as spoilers because they didn't Marvel
Just
post it to their Twitter. Did the spoon? I thought Marvel posted that to their Twitter.
what do you mean spoon?
The little spoon reflection. You know when he like picks the spoon up out of the bowl and it's the Mephisto reflection. I'm pretty sure Marvel posted that to their Twitter. That little split
Oh,
shot.
really?
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that would be spoilers. But that is my big reasoning because that absolutely sucked.
You said that after because we did last week, um we touched on what had come out so far,
Hmm.
and you said you hated like episodes 1 and 2, and then episode 3 started to get you like started to
Yeah,
get
it
you a
was
little bit.
decent. It was decent. It was good enough to where
Did that continue on?
um I genuinely feel like it repeated because I really hated episode 4 and 5, and then like episode
Really?
6 was bearable. Like I felt like it was a continuative slow burn, but the slow burn was just uninteresting, and like even the payoff was just boring. Like
Yeah.
we've touched on Andor, and like we've both come to the agreement that Andor is like perfect slow burn, and I mean I'm not wanting Andor levels like perfection from a random Disney Plus show about a character nobody cared about from an obscure movie that's gonna have zero like growth to the future of the MCU, but I at least want it to be interesting, and it failed on that level in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now let me ask you, why would you rate it higher than like half of the MCU? Let me ask you that.
What do you mean then half of the MCU?
Bro, like you have Iron Man 2 at 3, you have Iron Man 3 at 3, you have like all the underrated bangers at like 3.
I gotta rewatch those two, bro. I gotta rewatch those two.
Okay.
That's probably a bad example.
What's okay,
And when he says three, he means 3 out of 5, guys. He
3
means
out of
three
5,
out of
yes,
five,
yes, yes, 6 out of 10.
not 3 out of 10.
What okay, recently seen movie Captain America 4. You gave that a 6 out of 10. You think Ironheart's better than Captain America 4?
Um, Captain America it was probably like a 6.5,
Okay, that's fair.
and then Ironheart was like just a 7.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like I just what like the thing with Captain America was that there was the disappointment element
Mm.
for me, and then whereas with Ironheart there was the surprise element.
Low
I went in
expectations.
expecting just poo-poo,
Yeah.
and I actually had fun with it.
Okay. Uh can I ask you, well, I think you want to give like our favorite episodes or favorite episode because it was only 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair, fair. All right, you go. You go
My
first.
favorite episode was episode 6, and that is
Did you
saying
just say that episode 6 was bearable?
I said it was bearable, but that was like episode 3 and 6 are the only episodes that I liked. And when I liked them, it was
Yeah.
like just like bearable enough to where I'm like, if I was to ever rewatch a show, which I wouldn't, I would be like looking forward to those episodes compared to the other ones. Like, you know, like when you want to rewatch a show and you kind of like catalog the episodes, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. If I was like Ironheart,
Yeah.
I'm like, buns,
Shout out
buns.
Andor season 2.
Yeah, shout out to buns, buns, okay, buns, buns, okay. Like that's kind of the way I'd go about it. But I do think episode 6 was my favorite, all things considered.
Mm. The highlight of the show for me was Parker.
Yeah, without a
Put
doubt.
he's carrying my score.
Mhm.
If he's not in this show, it's like probably like 4 or 5 out of 10.
Okay.
His performance and his character is just like so cool.
I
He's so
think
sick.
I think Anthony Ramos is in the next 10 years. I think he will solidify himself as the best actor from our generation. Like not like our generation like age-wise, just like of
I know what you
growing
mean.
up
I know what you
watching.
mean.
Yeah. Like cuz he's going to get him
He's
more roles.
This is the first thing I've seen him in.
He's in Twisters. He was really
He's
good in
really
Twisters.
he's so good, dude.
Yeah.
His performance was really good.
Mhm.
Probably one of the better performances from an MCU show.
I'd have to agree with that, but I'd have to say it has the same effect of Anthony Mackie in Falcon Winter Soldier, where although the show I do think it's good, is his performance was like substantially better than everything else we got in the show. Because like without like if we had a different Sam Wilson for Falcon Winter Soldier, then I would not have enjoyed Falcon Winter Soldier, nor would I have enjoyed Captain America 4. It's the same thing with Ironheart. Like the only one of the only things I enjoyed was him, and if he wasn't in it, I think I would genuinely have this as my least favorite show of all time. Like with like very down there, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would not be liking it as much as I do without him. He's a highlight by far. He's just like so amazing. Like everything else, I just think's like, yeah, it's fun. It's like it's all right, and then he's just great.
Mhm.
Hey, yeah.
It's great.
I don't want to get no. That's spoiler. That's spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Uh,
Do you have anything else to say that's like spoiler free?
I was gonna say one thing I do gotta say spoiler free is although I don't like how they handled Mephisto in the show, I do gotta say I think they nailed the role of Mephisto. Like the actor himself.
The casting.
Yeah, the casting was
Yeah,
perfect.
he's great.
Yeah,
He's really good.
casting was great. Uh, I guess that also the casting was great, but just going into the character, that's gonna be spoilers. But the casting was great. They did a
Yeah.
good job with that.
I also quite like the style of the show. I mean, it's like it's unique. It's not like most of the MCU shows are pretty like generic
Okay.
stylistically, and this was like had a little bit more uniqueness to it, which I appreciated.
Okay.
And shout out Joe.
Joe's goat, bro.
Joe is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Him and Anthony Ramos are the highlights.
I think as much as it pains me to say this, I think I keep forgetting his name. I think it's Alden Eidrich, right? Am I saying that wrong?
Who does he play?
Joe. You know,
Oh yeah, I think you
yeah.
got it right. Yeah,
I
think it's in there.
think Ironheart just killed because Solo was received terribly. Like it was extremely
Yeah.
low rated, and obviously most of that was
That was bro. That was Last Jedi's fault, bro.
yeah, that's most of that. Like 80% of that was because of Last Jedi, just the fatigue of Star Wars at that time. But I think Ironheart just killed that man's career. I don't think that dude is gonna get a big role in anything else.
I mean, I guess we'll get into why in spoilers.
Yeah, but as much as it pains me to say that, I think this show just killed his career.
Yeah. I think just my number one note that's like spoiler free is just like it starts like the first 2 episodes are just pretty like bland and uninteresting. But then episode 3 onwards is like just fun in general. Like I wouldn't say oh it's a great show or anything. It's just fun. Um, it's just kind of there's some really cool stuff in there,
Hmm.
and I don't know. It's just underrated, bro. I don't really know. Like I'm not gonna go too deep into it because it's kind of just in general, just it's just a fun time, and I didn't find myself like in there just like, dude, this kind of sucks. I actually like enjoyed it.
Okay.
I feel like if you get to like episode 3 and you still don't like it, then it's probably not for you.
I okay. I want to start. Can we start spoilers now?
Okay. Yeah. Spoiler warning for
Okay.
Ironheart.
Yeah. Just going off of what you said, I would 100% agree with you because I think the only thing there's going to be two things they're going to capitalize on. Riri herself. I don't know when they're going to do it. Ironheart season 2 is never going to happen. But
No.
maybe
No. 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 No.
somewhere in Doomsday, I don't know where, they're going to sneak her in and give her some sort of character like development with her and Natalie. But the only thing that is going to be like extremely explored besides that is Mephisto. Because I know for sure they're not bringing Joe back. Joe is not going to get any more screen time. As much as it pains me to say that, that dude's not going to be anywhere else. Hood's not going to get anything. As again,
Bro, that pains me, bro. He's actually he's so good.
because they set it up and both they set both of them up to get into the storyline. Because like after she put
He
the
was in. Did you watch the post-credit scene though?
yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
That sucked. But like they set
Well, this maybe will return. Maybe
maybe, but I mean like
there could also be a strange situation where it just has zero payoff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what's gonna happen because like they set Joe up to have so much. Like even after she like puts the little chip on the back of his neck to like reset the nanotech and stuff, he's like, "We're not done," and I'm like, "You're done, man.
Yeah.
You're done." As much as
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, you're done. That's the last we're gonna see of you. But I don't.
I'd be interested. Sorry, you go.
I highly doubt they're gonna bring the hood back for a major role. If anything, it's just gonna be minor. But go ahead.
Um. Well, I'd be interested to know if anyone actually took Joe seriously.
That's true.
Did you take him seriously?
I took him as the second I saw the street fight when she was at the White Castle, and as soon as I saw Joe step up, I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. Like I knew as
Yeah,
soon as it happened, I'm like,
exactly.
you know, he's too kind to kill her, and
Yeah.
it would just be a complete wasted character.
And they're obviously not going to kill her anyway.
Yeah,
Plot armor.
and then
Yeah. I love Joe, but I don't take him seriously.
no, and then the whole entire team, nothing's gonna happen with that. They're never gonna be brought back up.
They were the weakest part of the show.
Like the show or not, there was not a single likable character in that team besides Parker and John. That entire team was insufferable every second they had a screen, like every second of screen time.
Oh, what about Rampage, bro?
Rampage was boring, bro. Like it made no sense. I'm like, at least give me some more like
This guy needs to legally change his name to Rampage.
yeah, at least give me some emotional development before you just kill him off to progress the show. Because I felt absolutely nothing when they said Rampage was dead, which is like,
Oh, no, me neither.
yeah, that was like
Justice for Rampage.
Rampage. You deserve better, bro. I can't even lie.
So do you want to get into Mephisto?
Yeah, I have a few things to say about him. Um, I just want to say the ending of the show is
Oh yeah.
the worst scene in Marvel history.
Marvel history is crazy.
She sells.
I didn't like the ending.
She
I didn't like the ending.
sells her soul to Mephisto to bring back an artificial intelligence. She sold her soul for an artificial intelligence. That is the worst. That is the. I didn't like Riri coming into not like nothing against her character. She's just uninteresting. I just didn't like her character to begin with. But when that happened, it genuinely made me so angry. I felt like they were just trying to make you dislike Riri so that they can force a character development in a future project, which is never going to happen. Like I said, if there is anything, it's just going to be a small bit, but she's never going to get another season. She's never going to get another show. So it was just stupid. It
Endings
infuriated me.
suck.
Yeah, infuriated me.
No, I was no, because obviously you've got all the Natalie like trauma at the start of the show,
Hmm.
and you're not really like invested in the characters yet or at all, so you don't feel anything at all. Which I guess like there's no way to make you feel anything when it's that like it's the first episode.
It's that vague too.
But and then when like um when Natalie comes back as the AI or whatever, that growth between the two, like you do actually like start to be like it does start to actually feel like real characters to an
Well, I
extent.
think I think the biggest I'm so mixed on that because I feel like there were some times when it was like done well, like the scene where she was in her stepdad's garage and then she plays the memory, and like there was like that was like a good scene.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was like a really good scene. Like I felt emotionally connected to that scene. But then like when Xavier crashed out on Riri for making the AI, and then like they were trying to make you feel bad for this AI with no soul or emotions. I'm like, you've got to be
Yeah,
kidding me. Like I
that was a
feel
valid crash out too.
yeah, I feel nothing. Like
I'd crash out.
I'd crash out too. And they try to make Xavier look like the bad guy. Cause like even like the next episode, he was like, I'm sorry for getting mad at you. I probably shouldn't have. It's just your way of coping. And I'm like, that's just so dumb. I don't care for this AI. Like obviously, like there's some character development between Riri and the relationship she had with the AI, but I just don't care if the AI gets killed off. Like that's just something I
I
just don't
think
care.
they did a good job of showing how much Natalie like means to Riri. I think they do a good job at that. So then when like she does get like erased or whatever, I think it's like episode 5. You're like, oh damn, poor Riri or whatever. But then you're like, and I guess it's to try and make you connect with the ending of her like wanting to get Natalie back. But I think it's so stupid, especially because like the entire show, like they're consistently talking about like, oh, like what, like look at Parker, look at what happened to Parker, the hood and the magic, and like Riri's well aware of that, and then she just goes ahead and like sells her soul
It's so stupid.
just for like an AI. Like if like I understand her wanting to get the AI back, but at that point I thought it was like silly.
Like, and then the thing that makes me the most mad is you have a man who is capable enough, who told you he's capable enough, and you've seen that he's capable enough to give you whatever you wanted. And then obviously it mirrors like the devil in real life. Like it mirrors like it was trying to mirror that. Like even in the speech, he was like, "Take a look at the 100 most rich men, and I have every single one of their souls." So like, you
Yeah.
know that, and then instead of being like, yeah, I'm gonna give my soul to you so you can bring back Natalie, the real Natalie. Like that thought never crossed her mind, or like her stepdad even. I'm like, I want an AI. Bring me an AI, please.
You know what's interesting? Like for me, the AI Natalie, this is kind of I don't know, this is kind of crazy, but the AI Natalie and the real Natalie for me feel like completely different characters.
Oh, they are for sure.
Even like so when the real Natalie comes back, I feel nothing. Whereas if it was
Because you
the
have
AI Natalie, maybe I would, because that's the one that we've gone through the series with and has actually been developed. The real Natalie has none of that stuff.
And
None
then
of it.
that's the thing is I feel nothing with the AI because it's an AI. But if they were trying to grow the development of her and Natalie's relationship, the real Natalie, like post-mortem, the real relationship, to build up to the point when she actually comes back and you're like, oh dang, like okay, I see it. But it's like you don't even feel that because they fumbled it so much because her and Natalie, like you said, are completely polar opposite characters. Like Natalie in the show, the AI was like trying to hang out with Riri, trying to get implemented in her life, and like when she comes back, she just smacks her on the forehead. Like that's the first action you see the real Natalie do, and I'm like, you just fundamentally made the character, all the character like development you had for Riri useless. It was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying the show doesn't have flaws. It definitely does. But genuinely, it's just like there's just stuff in it that's like just a lot of fun. Like I like the tension between Parker and Riri after Parker knows that Riri killed John, but Riri doesn't know that he knows.
I think
And then I liked that, and then I also liked them all trying to kill Riri. I just thought it was fun.
I thought that scene was so stupid on so many levels. Cause like, what's her name? Clown. I think that was her name.
Yeah, one of the twins.
Clown has
Oh, wait, oh no, Clown's the demolitions chick.
yeah, and she has
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
15 grenades, and
That was stupid.
Riri is like dodging these grenades left, right, and center, like hiding in the corners that should be checked, and then Riri grabs
Yeah,
one of
that
her
was just
grenades, throws it at the person who is like an expert in demolitions, and then she gets blown up. Like Riri who's had no former experience in this at all. Like outplays the mastermind. It was so stupid.
Yeah. What did you think about what happens to Joe with like him becoming like a weapon and stuff?
I thought as soon as he went to prison I saw it coming. I knew that Parker was gonna do something for him. And then like I said, it feels like they were trying to give him character to because like even in the first like 3 episodes when he was helping Riri out, he was still like really interested in the nanotech and like he was really like involved in it. So I felt like if they did a season two, which it's not gonna happen, they would give him a character development where like he realizes it's a flaw and he'll go on like a Tony Stark arc where he starts using it like using the nanotech for good. But it's just not gonna happen. So that
I'm
twist
so glad.
I feel like that twist was stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah, as soon as like he got the basically turned into whatever with all the
Cyborg.
lightning and the metal and stuff, it just was so stupid. It was like it was still like it was enjoyable just because of how stupid it was. Like it's kind of a bit of a switch your brain off TV show, to be honest.
And then it's like it's dumb fun, but
It's yeah, exactly. It's
I've
dumb fun.
I just
And
didn't have fun.
justice for Joe.
Yeah, real. That dude
Justice
should
for
have.
Joe, bro. And they did him dirty with that haircut too.
Yeah, dude, his hairline is like he
So how does it look?
like his hairline, and then literally episode 4 ending, we end the show off with Slug touching his chest and saying "Good boy," and then that's how you end the episode. That's how you end the episode. Like imagine imagine being the person who writes that episode and you're like I'm gonna end the episode off with good boy. Like who like what is going through your brain? Like come on, you've got to be trolling. Like if it was a comedy show I'd get it. I'd get it. That would be a funny line, but it was just so unfunny because it wasn't a comedy show.
Good boy.
It was so gross, bro. It was so gross.
Bro. Kill Slug, bro.
Yeah, that we needed
Slug
that.
cannot be
I would
Slug
have
cannot be doing that to Joe.
I would have bumped it up a half a star if Slug had a death. Bro, if
Bro,
that
if Riri killed Slug instead of John.
yeah, I would have bumped it up half a star, bro.
Good boy.
It's so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. But yeah, it was I'm so glad we're not going to see that team again. And if
Yeah.
Marvel brings that back and somehow doesn't bring Venom into the MCU and not just any Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, then I'm crashing out. I'm going to change.org and striking Kevin Feige. And I'm getting millions of people to sign that. And we're going into the Supreme Court and we're striking Kevin Feige out of Marvel Studios. Because that'd just be the sell of the century.
Wow. Listen, Kevin Feige, bro.
Yeah. Kevin Feige should be listening to us, bro.
I'm one of the highlights of the show for me is like no the suits were just suits, man. They weren't nanotech.
And
Which is the first time in so long. Like literally I think that's the first time that like, well, the last Iron Man suit that wasn't nanotech was 2016, and like basically every other superhero suit since then has had some element of nanotech incorporated.
And I do,
So I really appreciated that they didn't do that.
and I respect it, and the suit was solid, but I feel like
It was
when
alright. The main one
yeah, the suit was solid. It was okay.
was
But
alright.
like when she inevitably gets dragged back into Doomsday, which is infuriating on so many levels. When she like gets dragged back to Doomsday, I'm never gonna be like, that's a suit I want. Hey, that's a poster. Like that's a suit I want in a poster hanging up in
No,
my room.
definitely not.
It's like it's okay. It's solid, but
I don't think
it's
it's
something
Ironheart
special,
as well. No one's gonna want an Ironheart poster.
dude. I hope not. I hope not.
I mean, if you like the show a lot, good for you.
The only people I've
Glad you liked
seen,
it.
the only people
Glad you liked it.
the only people I've seen that are like this show is fantastic, are people that like
Say that again.
the only people I've seen on the show, seen who's watched the show that have been like the show's great, are like the people that genuinely think like Black Panther 2 is like a masterpiece, or like all of the Phase 4 stuff that was just like received poorly was like great. Like total glazers. I've
Yeah.
never seen a person be like, "This show's fantastic. This show's great." That is just like a normal person like me and you. But getting away from the point because I'm slipping up.
Do you like her suit at the end of the show?
That's the suit I'm talking about. It's solid.
So much better than the Wakanda Forever one.
I that's yeah, that was the suit I was
Same
talking
paint
about.
job and it same paint job, but they made it good.
Yeah, that was the suit I was talking about. It's solid.
No,
It's okay.
the suit that I was talking about before that was mid is like the main one.
Ah, no,
It's all right.
I'm talking about this one. It's nothing
There are
special.
elements of it I like, but oh no, you know the scene when she like punches the ground and like flips the truck or whatever.
I hate yeah.
I was watching it and just in my head I was going full Charlie Cox, just
Wicked.
wicked,
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah. Dude,
It definitely. I think the worst thing about the show is the trailers. The trailers just marketed it really badly. I think.
well, I think
With all like, because all the trailers just all like hip hop music and all that stuff, and it was just kind of cringe. And then like the actual show was like, it's not really like that. I mean, it was had cringe moments, but like not that kind of cringe.
that reminded me of
And
something.
because they all took like lots of like jokes and stuff out of context, the trailers. Because there's like that one bit where the girl's like, "I think you've been off more than you can chew," and she's like, "I can chew a
I can
lot."
chew a lot.
In the context of the trailers, they play it off like it's like the funniest thing in the world, and it's like not, obviously. Shout out Charlie Cox, he burst out laughing in that reaction video.
He's a good
And
actor,
then
bro.
in the actual show, in the actual episode, it's like to me, isn't even played to be funny.
I
It's
feel
just
like it was
that.
played to be like it was her like I'm cool. Like that was the serious. That's as much as it pains me. Like not
It was cringe,
yeah, it doesn't
but it
even
was
pain
in
me
a
to say
different
it.
cringe in a different way.
That was like the serious moment of the show. Like that was Riri. That was their attempt of making Riri like a cool person, which is like the saddest thing of all time. You could have done.
I think the attempt at making that cool was when she punched the truck.
I couldn't care less, bro. Like honestly, it was like I wish Slug died in that truck. I wish that would have been the end of his character. That would have made me get up and say
Good
"Wicked."
boy.
Yeah, that would have made me clap. That would have made me cheer. But him just getting off scotch free, just that was stupid. I didn't care.
Um, I do also think the CGI got better between the trailers and the actual show.
Well, a lot
I
of it
think all
was practical.
the yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
In the trailer, it looked a lot worse.
yeah.
But when in her new suit, the red one at the end of the show, when she's got like the open face, CGI looks so bad. It's terrible.
Dude, I don't understand what is.
Like she's got the full suit on, and then you can just see her face. It looks so
It's
bad.
there's a I feel like there's a disconnect between Marvel, like CGI is progressing, and I'm not denying the fact that there's CGI battles. No, I'm not denying the fact that there's CGI battles everywhere. Like every big movie is gonna have a CGI battle, but I mean, like let's take a look at another project that has come out in recent years. Um, Thunderbolts. A lot of that was practical, but there was
In
still.
recent years, it was a couple of months ago, bro.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like that's like the one that strikes my. Yeah, that's true. That was dumb. And recent
I don't
Marvel
think
history,
Thunderbolts had a lot of reason to have CGI though. There
it
wasn't that
didn't.
many in
But
Sentry.
the CGI
But they did all the
scenes,
Sentry stuff with wires and stuff.
like when he fell out of the sky. Remember, like when he got blasted up,
Yeah.
and like that was CGI. Like that was good. Like I think
Yeah.
there's a disconnect between them with shows and movies. Like I feel like it's a completely different team. Because like the movies, every now and then there's a slip up, but like in the shows, it's consistently like at every episode, there's like that's a big error. That's lame. That was cheap, which is
The
annoying.
difference between Thunderbolts and Ironheart is that Thunderbolts is fire.
Yeah, and Ironheart's not. Ironheart is like iron fart,
Ironheart's
bro. It's bad, bro. It's bad.
um yeah, I think that's all my thoughts. So for me it's perfectly fine show, not offensively bad or anything. And then it's just brought up by Hood and Goat Joe.
Which Gocho, yeah. One thing I'd like to
That's
say.
where my 7 out of 10 comes from.
Okay,
Without Goat Joe, it's probably even just take away Joe, it's probably a 6.
take away
Goat
Joe.
Joe just needs
So Joe's character doesn't exist as a six, and if Anthony Ramos didn't act Hood, would it be brought down to a four?
yeah, I'll probably like if it was a worse Hood actor, yeah, probably like or like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
Uh,
don't even think like Hood I think is an interesting enough character, but he's only genuinely interesting because of Anthony Ramos's like performance. Like if it was the exact same character just with a different performance, like same writing and everything, just like nowhere near as interesting. Because he just sells it so well. All like just like the spiritual and emotional and physical toll of the Hood. He just plays it really well.
yeah,
And like his like desperation, the Hood, when he's like doesn't have the Hood and stuff, I think he's really good there.
yeah.
And I love the flashbacks with him and John.
Those are good. Um,
Nah, and the stuff with his dad was crazy.
Bum dad, bro. Imagine kicking your kid out, like any age, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, bro, who is this guy? Why is he beefing with him?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh wait, hold on a second. That's crazy.
yeah. Um, Two things I'd like to point out. Last episode, the big CGI battle at the end, that was boring, and literally like it's getting glazed. Like it's getting glazed so hard. Like as soon as he turned into a werewolf, I like the werewolf with the claws, and he started
I
scratching.
don't think that CGI was that good.
It looked so bad, and as soon as that happened, it finally dawned on me that they literally never had a clear path point for any of the characters in this show. I think they just like juggled everything, threw it against the wall, and just saw what stuck. Because like they just never had a clear course of direction for any of the characters ever, and they just like muddled it
Yeah.
together. It was just a mess. But that fight sucked. And then
When her suit got destroyed, I was like, dude, like literally like that is the third time in this show her suit is broken. Like it's such a cliche. I was like, dude, this is what the heck? And then it wasn't destroyed. It was like an illusion. I was like,
yeah,
ah, you got me there. Wicked.
yeah. And then there was the little part where with the nanotech, or not the nanotech, the hologram. My bad, the hologram. And so I just wanted to get this clear through my brain. This man has magic. He has the highest form of magic there is, and he can't tell what's a hologram. Like Riri is genius enough to beat the power of magic with her brain, to the point that he doesn't realize it's a hologram. That was just that dumbfounded me. It was ridiculous.
She was against like literally any other magic user in the MCU. She's cooked.
Dude, I would. I'm please Marvel. I want an Ironheart versus Doomsday or versus Doom like fight at the beginning of Doomsday, where like she
And
like
he dies.
she's like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" and then she like starts flying up to him, and Doom just like grabs her by the leg and just throws her down, and then she's like in a coma for the rest of the movie.
What's up, bro? Was actually the kind of thing they would write as well.
That's literally what they would say. I'm not like that's like the Chat GPT writing that was used. But that'd be the perfect ending for the character.
I reckon they use ChatGPT for everything except all the Parker stuff.
Yeah. And then
It's like he is just so far separated from the rest of the show in quality.
it hardly feels like he's a part of the
It's
show. Like because he's like his
it's
own
like
character.
it's like he's acting in something different. It's like Thor: Love and Thunder with Christian Bale. Like every time Christian Bale is on screen, it's a different movie. Like he's phenomenal in that movie. He's such a good villain.
Yeah.
And then you've got like, and then Thor pops the like, you need to go to the dentist or whatever he says. And you're like, oh yeah, that's right. This movie's not that good.
And then Ryan Coogler is like one of the most highest praised directors of all time. And
Of recent years, definitely, yeah.
And I would just say of all time, period, because not only has he been popular in comic book stuff, like the other movies that he's had, just excluding it, have been like extremely popular. So I've only seen Black Panther.
Culturally, among the black community, he's definitely the most popular director of all time. Black Panther and stuff.
And I'm not saying he's a bad director, because I mean, although I wasn't a fan of Black Panther 2, Black Panther 1 I did like. Although I'm not saying he's a bad director, I think them using Ryan Coogler for 99% of the marketing for the show, like in every trailer was like executive producer Ryan Coogler, and like even in the shorts.
Yeah.
I think if that wasn't shown, I don't think anyone would have watched the show besides like extreme diehard fans to the show, or like
I don't think
someone making
anyone
content.
did, except diehard fans.
There were some people, especially because of
There
Ryan
was zero
Coogler.
advertising for this.
But yeah, like the Ryan Coogler stuff for the copy.
I reckon what Marvel did is they made the show ages ago, and then they were like, they kind of knew that it wasn't going to go in there. They weren't going to make a season 2. So they were like, look, we don't want to waste the show that we've made, so we need to put it out, but we don't want everyone watching it because, it's probably going to get hate. And then I liked it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not without its flaws.
Yeah. And then another thing I'd like to point out is, like you said, it's you can tell this was recorded like right after Black Panther 2 was recorded, because it just feels like it's years behind. Like in her, like even on the streets, and I'm not denying this movement still isn't there, but like the streets were like flooded with the Black Lives Matter posters and stuff. Like you can tell it was like right after that in the heat of it. And I felt like it would have been more fitting if it came out during that time, because it felt like a lot of the development they tried to have didn't fit with the community of Marvel right now. But
I'd be interested to see the official MCU timeline post Endgame. Like, I don't think there's so many projects that just timeline wise just retcon each other and just like is like really confusing.
Dude, and then it wasn't just me that thought Ironheart was the opening of Phase 6. We all thought that, right?
Is it not?
It isn't. Because I could have sworn.
It's Phase 5?
I could have sworn Marvel announced this to be the opening of Phase 6. I could have sworn they did.
Oh.
But I think they retconned it. Yeah, that also makes me feel better, because although I don't think...
Where would this then go in like your Phase 5 ranking then, if it's Phase 5?
This is my least favorite thing Marvel's put out. So just at the bottom.
Okay.
And then the thing that... I'm glad they did do this, because starting Phase 6 off like this, and then Fantastic Four, which is going to be a controversial film, I do think it'll be okay.
Why would it be controversial?
Because, like, no, not like controversial like that. I mean, like, divided among the fans of if you think it's going to be great or not.
It's just you, right?
No, I'm telling you, it's not just me, man. I swear to you, it's not just me. And then, like, I do think it'll be okay. And then I do think it's in the realm possibility that I'll get shocked and it'll be a really good movie. I'm not denying that. But I'm glad they didn't start it off with this, because this was a terrible way to start Phase 6.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking at my Phase 5 ranking. It's probably close to tied with Brave New World.
Okay.
So it's I need to rewatch Brave New World because I haven't seen it since the cinema. But let's just say it's tied with Brave New World. So I have it's in the bottom half of Phase 5.
For sure. Phase 5 is really good. And the people that say
Some
it,
of the best and some of the worst Marvel
yeah,
content.
that's fair. But I mean, like, I'm seeing
You've got
someone,
Secret Invasion and Quantum Mania, which are both buns.
and I'm literally seeing people that are like, this is the worst Marvel phase. When
Phase 4.
Phase 4 exists. And then
Guardians 3 and Thunderbolts and Loki Season 2 are all Phase 5.
and then not just that, Phase 2, although I love a lot of the projects from Phase 2, the heights of Phase 5 will infinitely be better than Phase 2. Infinitely. Like, there's some bangers in Phase 2, but the highs.
For me, yes. I like Guardians 3 is my favorite MCU movie. And one of my favorite movies ever. But like Winter Soldier is Phase 2.
Winter Soldier Phase 2, but so is Thor Dark World. Dark World's also Phase 2. And then so is Iron Man 3, which I do enjoy it, but it is by far the worst Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's could be a topic for another time. Honestly, ranking the phases. Of
That's
the
all
MCU.
my Ironheart thoughts out, if you want to move on.
I have one last thing. Episode 5 and 6 had this extremely freaking cheesy thing with Joe, when he mind controlled when Hood mind controlled Joe, and Joe's like,
Bring up Joe.
I'm not gonna do this for you. Joe would be like that, and then 2 seconds later, he's like, "Come with me," and he's like, he does a little robotic walk. They
That was
made
so goofy.
they made that joke literally 4 times, and I think I counted 4 times in the same episode. In episode
Free up
5,
Joe.
it was so stupid, but that's it. I think I've given enough.
I might say one more thing.
Okay,
I needed Joe to cut those to electrify those flowers, bro.
that'd have been peak, bro.
No, dude, I needed it.
I
I
think
needed it so bad.
I think
If I was Joe in that situation, I would have gone, okay, Parker, just force me to destroy those flowers, please, bro.
I
Tell
think
me to destroy the flowers.
the best scene in the show is the ending of episode
I
2.
think Parker's chill enough to let that happen, bro.
Oh, Parker's a G, bro. Parker's a G. But I think when at the end of episode 2, when he steps in the dog crap in his lawn, and then it's like the extremely close shot of this dog poop, like way too close for comfort, and he wipes it
Joe,
off,
bro.
and then he goes and cuts the flowers, and he has it in his mouth. That is like with the Atlantis Morissette playing in the back. Like, that is my favorite scene in the show. That was a really good scene.
When he's just like fully just destroying the flowers.
Yeah, when he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene as well.
Yeah, that's a goated scene. I'll give it that.
My goat.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up Ironheart review.
Uh,
Um,
so this segment's
so
different. Segment's very different.
before we get into it, can I just redact a take from last episode?
Of course, man.
So last episode, I said that it's possible for Superman to be better than Batman Begins, and how the first half of Batman Begins is like a lot better than the second half. I rewatched Batman Begins like that night, I think, or maybe the day after. Masterpiece. I was wrong. L take from
I'll
Noah.
take. Welcome back. Welcome back to the.
Um,
Welcome to the
So
goated.
if you unsubbed from that, please resub.
He's changed his
Please
mind,
resub.
chat. He's changed his mind.
And if you just unsubbed, just subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
Trust.
So trust.
But I do think it is definitely still possible for Superman
Yeah.
to be better. A Superman would have to be like
No.
5-star.
I think it's. I don't think it will be better, but it's in the realm of possibility. Like, if Superman
That's what I'm
is
saying.
like fantastic,
Superman has to be like an actual masterpiece
Okay.
because that's what Batman Begins.
which is possible. It's a
It is
possible.
possible. I'm very hyped.
I'm very hyped, man. Tickets booked, bro. 4 days for me, and I'm watching Peak.
Dude, I'm seeing it.
You're seeing in 3 because you're seeing like a day because like the
seeing-
Australia time zone different.
Yeah, I'm seeing it the 10th, bro.
Yeah, so am I.
Which
but
is what, the 9th for you?
Yeah, it's 9th for me, and then you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you lucky,
It
bro.
premieres like at the time of recording, it's like about a premiere, I think.
I think Monday or Tuesday has screenings, like special screenings.
Yeah.
But I'm staying off of Letterboxd starting tomorrow night. I'm done for like a couple
Same.
days. But
And YouTube for me. Um, shout out Soups. He's hosting the premiere. Did you see that?
Corn Sweat?
No, Soups, like the content creator.
I'm just not familiar with that man. Am I
You don't
am
know
I geeks,
Soups?
bro?
He's the #1 content creator in
I just don't even know
our
who he
niche, bro.
is, man. I'm tripping.
Who doesn't know who
I
Soups
need to check
is,
out Soups, dude.
bro? No, you'd know him. You'd know him if you saw him.
Let me check. Hold on.
Matt Soups Ramos.
Matt Soups Ramos? I've just
Oh yeah,
never heard of this dude in my entire life, bro.
this guy.
That's Soups?
Yeah,
I've seen that dude on my like Instagram feed before. I didn't even know that's Soups.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Good for
He's like
him.
gone to like a ton of Superman events and just like hung out with the actors like heaps and stuff.
Nice. Good
And
for
he's
him.
like he's hosting the world premiere. So good for him,
Awesome.
bro.
That's great, dude.
Shout out Soups.
Yeah.
Soup, come on the pod.
Dude, that'd be great. I want Shine Comics on
We
here.
need the publicity, bro.
I want Shine Comics on here. Like I need that more than I need air. 'Cause I got some things to say, bro. But um getting to the next segment. So the goat right here, to my right, he made an idea where we would rage bait. So we have a list of some takes that we know will possibly offend the other person to the point of crashing out. Um,
Basically, the goal. Some of them we also may not have said to each other, so we're not 100% sure
mhm.
if they will crash out. A lot of them will just be general hot takes that the audience may find offensive. Some of them may not be hot takes, but the other person is just going to annoy them.
Mhm.
And
So
basically, we'll take turns saying it, and if you say a take and I can't like defend it, I can't do anything. I just have to listen to you say it and just soak it in. And the first person to break, to start arguing or crash out, loses.
okay, and I'd like to define this because we're both in a family home. We both have families that I don't think want to hear us audibly extremely rage. So, would you like to define a crash out? I feel like a crash out would be so like you said, we have to take it. I think
You just have
us
to just take it. You've got to take
I
it.
think
You can't
us
say anything.
literally saying a word about the previous take or the take at hand is defined as a crash out.
What if I went respectfully disagree?
I think that I
That is
think
not a crash out.
that's not
Come
a
on,
crash
I can
out.
say respectfully
Okay,
disagree.
that's fair. But I mean
I can say respectfully disagree.
like let's say like I walked up and I was like obviously I don't think this.
Oh, don't say it.
No,
Don't
no,
say it
like
yet. Don't say it.
Empire Strikes Back sucks. Obviously we both don't say that. And yeah, like and you're like, really, dude, seriously? Like that would be the crash out. But if like I respectfully disagree,
Yeah.
I
I mean, if
respect.
it was a take that egregious, I'd be a little bit more angry.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, that's fair. Okay.
All right. You go first, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go mild, more mild first.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
what's my least hot take here? The Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus is a great show, and it is one of my favorite Disney Plus / Star Wars shows of all time. That's respectable, I think.
That's one of your mild ones.
That's probably my mildest one.
I'm not excited for this segment,
No,
dude.
no, I got some dirt, bro.
Okay. Which is my mildest one here?
I feel like
Okay.
laughing. I don't know why. I feel like this is gonna lead to something it shouldn't. Hold on. Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
Um, Fives is a top 5 best written character in all of Star Wars, movies included.
What if I told you I agreed with that take?
I'd respect that a lot.
Virtual dap up, bro. Virtual dap up. Okay.
Yeah, go, man.
Um, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst Spider-Man film, and it is my least favorite Spider-Man film.
That's not even a hot take to the audience, though.
No, but it is a hot take to you because
Yeah.
you have said it is your favorite live-action Spider-Man film. Give or take.
It's the most fun.
I wouldn't say most fun, but I will say it is an extremely fun
I
time.
can't say anything else, man. I can't say anything else. I'm not gonna crack. Okay.
I feel like Lex
This
Luthor.
I'm hoping we agree on this. This is kind of just a take I just want to say.
Okay.
And I don't think it's that hot, and I just really want to agree on it. Batman's design in Batman Hush, drawn by Jim Lee, is a perfect Batman design, debatably the best of all time, and how he should look in the DCU. Do you need to see
Let
a
me
picture?
let me just refresh my memory. Hold on.
I'm gonna describe it as well,
I'm just
and
I'm just
why
gonna
it's so perfect.
I'm gonna look up
It's
the
the
suit.
perfect combination of classic and modern. He's wearing, he's got the tights, so it's not all just armored and plates and stuff.
Yeah.
It's real comic booky.
I agree.
His cowl is rather armored. He's got the briefs.
The
The logo's
short
great.
ears.
The ears are the perfect length. They're not too short. They're not too long. And it's blue and gray,
Yeah.
like dark blue,
I 1000%
black in
agree.
the right lighting.
And everything you
Thank
just
you.
said.
That was not really that wasn't really a hot take. I just
Have you
wanted to
seen the
throw that
Batman
out there.
Hush movie?
No, but I've read the comic. I've heard the
Okay.
movie sucks.
It's not great.
I'll watch it probably this week.
I don't know if that's the suit they use in the film. I don't know if it's gonna look great, but
Way better in the comic.
it's way better in the comic. But I absolutely love that suit. I think I would not be angry
Yeah.
if that was. I would actually be proud to don that as my
I
new
would be
Batman.
so happy if that was the DCU one. I'm probably gonna just find a really good panel from Hush of just showcasing that suit and just how great the art is on that suit.
Now, I'll
Probably
turn
wanna
this
print
into a
it out
short,
on the
bro.
wall.
That's perfect. I'll make this a short, dude.
That is perfect short.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna start getting hot now.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through all these. I have 3 that are definitively going to make you crack.
We need less debate. So far, we've agreed for the most part.
Okay.
But we just need to.
Fair enough. DC Legos Heroes Unite is a mid movie, and it is an extremely lazy attempt at a Batman film.
I've got a take written down. Lego Batman DC Superheroes Unite is awesome and is not only one of the best interpretations of Batman of all time, but also a top 10 DC movie of all time.
Okay. I respect your opinion. Now, can I comment on one thing? I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to
No,
say
bro, you cannot.
DC Lego Batman 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. I'm just gonna say
It's
that.
the same. We're not arguing about this.
There you go. I'm glad you put that there. You know why? I'm glad you put that there.
Yeah, I have to get it out there, man.
The Last Jedi is not a terrible film, nor is it the worst Star Wars movie, and I actually enjoy a lot of things about it. I can see, I have X-ray vision, and I can see
I
the
agree
heat
with
rising.
part of that. I agree with part of that.
Okay.
I don't think it's the worst Star Wars. No.
Good.
While this is not a hot take, this is not be a hot take for the audience. This is specifically created for you
I know.
and is one of your worst takes. While Solo is super fun, New Hope is infinitely better, and it's not even close.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. I think as a movie, New Hope is infinitely better.
Hey, you can't. You're not allowed to. Hey, you're not allowed to.
Okay.
You're not allowed to do that.
I'm
You can't
agreeing
debate
with
it.
you.
We're not allowed to debate it.
I'm agreeing with you. And as a new movie, New Hope is better.
I'm gonna have to get hotter then. I'm gonna have to get hotter.
Okay. I want to save some of these Star Wars ones, so I'm just gonna go with another cold one. Captain America 4 is way better than First Avenger, and it's not even close.
As in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Captain America: The First Avenger. Chronologically, the first film of the MCU.
Sam's Brave New World suit, mainly the mask, sucks. And when you get rid of the mask, it's still mid.
Okay. I respectfully disagree, man. but I'm glad you're stating that take.
The best thing about it is that you can see him doing a
The
certain face underneath. Yeah, he knows something about me, bro.
yeah, it's kind of freaky. Um,
I've said my mildest ones now.
Truman Show is an overrated film, and it is not even close to being as good as people make it out to be.
Daredevil's no kill rule is far more compelling than Batman's.
I'm off my mild once, he said. Um,
Oh, I had a feeling that would trigger you.
no, I don't know. I love both of them, man.
How do you take?
Um,
In general, I'm a mild takes guy.
yeah. Mace
I don't have
Windu.
many hot takes.
Mace Windu is the worst character in fiction. I'm getting there, man. I know I just triggered the entire like Star Wars fan base, by the way. Like we're losing. So I probably shouldn't have said that because we're probably gonna lose a subscriber from that. I'm sorry, guys. Don't take me seriously. I'm
I'm
a
also
clown.
trying not to laugh right now.
I'm a clown. I'm a clown.
Okay. This I don't think should be a hot take at all, but I just know that you disagree with this. And this might not trigger you. That you might consider this mild.
Hmm.
But even though they are both great, Mando season 1 alone is easily leagues better than Mando season 1 and 2 combined.
I mean,
And it's not even close.
I respectfully disagree.
Uh,
You literally just disagreed with your own take. You said it's leagues better, and you went the second after you just disagreed with your own take, man.
me cutting you off. That was me cutting you off.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, that take, bro.
Dude, respectable take.
It is a respectable take.
Okay. Webcam's bugging a
Go
bit,
on, it's gonna trigger you.
so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay.
Fine.
No, it's fine now. Return of the Jedi is the most overrated Star Wars film of all time, and excluding the third act, a bottom 5 Star Wars movie.
Batman vs Superman is better than Captain America: Brave New World.
A very cold take right there.
No, it's not.
Nah, it's pretty cool, especially the Ultimate Edition. Um,
You hate Batman vs Superman, bro.
that was gonna be my next one. Batman vs Superman is the worst comic book movie of all time and my least favorite film.
How do you go cold take and then say that?
No, like it's a cold take
That's not
to
even a
the
hot take.
audience.
That's not even a hot take. That's not even a hot take at all, dude.
Okay, that's fair. That was a colder take, and that was one I literally just made up on the spot because I'm just realizing you probably have way more rage baits than I do. But go ahead, man. Let me hear this next one. I'm enjoying these.
Okay.
We're getting to know each other better.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies is awesome and is one of the funniest superhero movies ever.
Which one? Can you repeat that?
Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
I've never even seen it. I mean, I love the show's great, bro. I mean, the Wally West race is like the greatest scene in fiction. Like that's the greatest scene of all time. This one I think is gonna totally trigger you.
Oh no.
Lord of the Rings is the least appealing trilogy. Actually, I should rephrase that. Lord of the Rings is the least appealing trilogy out of the most popular trilogies of all time.
Can I ask what else is in that conversation with you?
Godfather,
In that-
just hierarchy. I think top 5 like most rated would be Godfather, Dark Knight. Hold on, I had a list earlier, And I looked through them to like fact check this. Top 5 most popular.
Can I ask you to defend that take, or am I not allowed to ask that?
You can ask that. The top 3 most popular trilogies are Star Wars, the original trilogy, Lord of the Rings, Dark Knight trilogy, Godfather, and then the first 3 Indiana Jones films. Ask me to defend that take. Fantasy is nowhere near as good as sci-fi, and fantasy is nowhere near as good as crime. So that basically takes out, and it's also nowhere near as good as adventure. So that takes out like all the other ones. And I think the fact that
I was literally just watching it last night, man. Oh no, I'm not crashing it out. That was not a crash out. That was
no,
not a crash out.
and I think the fact that I didn't grow up watching it makes it even less appealing. Okay, that's a crash out.
Fake crash out.
That's a crash out.
That was not a crash out.
That was not a
fake
crash out?
out.
That was a fake crash out? Okay.
Not a crash out.
Okay. Okay.
Fake crash out. Comment fake crash out. Support me. Teen Titans Go to the Movies is underrated and a top 10 DC movie.
Bro, wait, hold on. So just in this, I'm not saying I disagree because I've never seen the movie, but you've already said Teen Titans Go and DC Lego Superheroes Unite are top 10 DC. You agree with that take? You're not just writing that down and forgetting.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough, man.
Nearly top 5.
Really?
Teen Titans Go to the Movies is one of the best superhero movies ever.
Okay. I think this may just be the one to make you crack. Or actually, I'll say this a bit. Zack Snyder is the worst director, the worst comic book director of all time.
Cold take.
He has Watchmen, which is like really, really well praised, and Zack Snyder Justice League, which everybody loves. I've not seen it, but I've yet to see a person just like that. But anyways.
Cold take. Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Bro, is this
the best non-Batman DC movie ever made?
Okay. You think it's better?
I need to watch this movie, man.
I need to watch this movie.
Wait,
You think? You genuinely think? Are you talking just DC?
Yep.
Okay.
Best non-Batman DC movie ever.
Okay. Okay.
It's not even close.
Okay. Tim Burton is one of the worst comic book directors of all time. Now that's a hot take
for me.
For you,
I
it's
agree
cold
with that.
take. That is a hot take for most.
Oh, I wouldn't say he's one of the worst. Yeah. You're chill.
Second worst,
Come on,
in my
guys.
opinion.
This is mild.
This is filler content for me, bro. I can't even lie.
I'm out of takes.
Okay. Okay, you gave 2 at once, by the way. One time you gave 2 in a row.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm gonna
had
give
to
my
knuckle
last
down.
one. I'm gonna give my last
reckon-
one. I have one more.
No, just keep going until I break if you want.
I only have one more, dude. I only have one more.
Okay.
Without Batman, the Lego movie is a mid, overrated, genuinely piece of trash. I think that made you
No.
crash. That made you crash, did it?
Yes.
Okay,
That is
I
the
won
worst take
on the last
ever.
one. I knew. I
What?
knew you were gonna do that
On the last take.
on the last take.
Piece of trash?
Piece of trash, and the fact that we've seen that concept of film hundreds of times before, and it doesn't need to get anymore. And also, that Superman's terrible, bro.
You're a piece of trash.
I'm not denying that, bro. Honestly, I gotta say,
Well, without Lego Batman, what is it out of 10?
like 5. And not like piece of trash. I'm not piece of trash in the fact that it's like objectively a bad movie. It's just a piece of trash in the fact that it's lazy because everyone like it. Basically, every single kid's movie is that now.
It just works.
I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's it would feel lazy without Batman because Batman like brings like the joke like his jokes
What, in
land.
your mind?
I'm not. I'm in my mind, bro. I've yet
And
to hear.
other jokes in the movie don't?
Like some of them land, a lot of them don't. I genuinely haven't seen
What?
I haven't seen a single person disagree with me Everyone I know has agreed with me on this take. You're the only person that hasn't.
Everyone you know is stupid.
Yeah, it's like, including me, bro. But okay,
Every joke in that movie lands, bro.
that's a hot take.
See what I'm talking about? All I'm asking for
It's
is
total perfection. And then another thing is,
That's what that movie is, by the way.
if
That's
they
what that
weren't
movie is.
memed,
Total perfection.
if they weren't memed, it would just be a forgotten movie. I can't even lie to you.
No. You're an idiot.
I'm the idiot that made you crash out. That's all I gotta say.
They were some hot takes, man.
I thought you would crash out at the Return of the Jedi being overrated and Lord of the Rings being the least appealing popular trilogy.
I was bubbling up, bro.
Yeah. I genuinely was. I was on the verge of crashing out when, like, off rip when you said DC Legos Superheroes Unite was top 10. Because I wanted to say so bad that movie is so incredibly lazy. I wanted to say that so bad.
Peak.
It's not peak, bro.
It's peak.
It's peak
It is.
gaming. It's peak cutscenes. Bro, like there's like three or
And then they
four.
just put it into a movie. It's peak.
Yeah, but I mean, like there's like 3 or 4 cuts. Like there's 3 or 4 frames where it's like, you know, like in the Lego games where it pans out and it's like the super far shot of like nothing, and then it goes back to the gameplay. They had like 4 or 5 of those frames. Like,
No.
yeah. Like when Joker
No.
broke out of Ace Chemicals, they had like the little frame where it's like the Ace Chemical shot, and then it went straight back to Joker.
It's peak. It's peak. It's peak.
But there you go. I made you crash out. I won, man.
Comment L takes from Bodhi.
I also, if anyone is watching, I also want you guys to comment your opinion on Lego Movie. Because I genuinely do.
Borderline my favorite movie of all time. It's a masterpiece, bro.
I genuinely do. Also, I saw you lowered freaking Master Phantasm to 4.5. I saw you did that. You're not
It's like
sneaky,
9.9.
bro. You're not 9.9 is basically 10.
Nah, it's chill, bro. It's like 9.4. It's like nearly it. I was just looking at it. I'm like, bro, it's not on the same level as the Lego movie.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The Lego.
Because without Batman, that film's still great. Like if you in-placed any other hero into that still would have been a fantastic
serious?
film. Place any other hero and any other hero backstory.
Without Batman, it's still great.
No, I mean like replace the hero. Like if you had like like an Iron Man. Like even if like that kind of same story with Iron Man, although it wouldn't have been as good.
With Iron Man. Be mid with Iron Man.
Daredevil, it would have been great with like all.
I should have used that in my takes. I just made you crash out just before.
Yeah, like you, bro.
I might have to bring it back up to 5. I was being a little harsh. It is a really good movie.
It's a masterpiece, but I think
it is really good.
I think
it is really good.
I think the thing that
I mean, Lego Movie is better, but it's still really good.
I think the thing that just doesn't click with me in the Lego Movie is I didn't grow up with Legos. Like that's like I think half of it. I didn't grow up playing with Legos. I didn't grow up watching Lord of the Rings. And the things that I grew up with, I will always be a diehard fan of. Like if you would have been like I'm so glad you don't say this, but if you would have been like Revenge of the Sith is a bad Star Wars movie, which a lot of people say. I don't know who in their right mind saying that. If you would have said that, I would have crashed out. Because like that was like my favorite movie for like 10 years of my life. I would have crashed out if you would have said that. But
if your mom is watching, she should be disappointed.
My mom is proud of me, bro. Trust.
No. Terrible takes.
Terrible take. I mean, I'm full of hot takes, man. There's a reason why this podcast is probably going to be dead because of me. Like, we're going to lose 10 subscribers every episode because I say something outlandish like that.
You could even just... Bro.
But I think...
Terrible takes. I think you made them up just to reach.
Nah. I've had those
Lord
takes
of the Rings
for a while.
is peak. Lord of the Rings is peak.
The second I
was literally just watching it last night.
I got the DVD. I need to watch it. But the second... And I never said it looked bad. I never said it looked bad. I said it looked the least appealing.
You said it looks unappealing.
I said it looked the least appealing out of the top 5. Which, I grew up watching Star Wars. I grew up watching Indiana Jones. And Godfather looks way better. And I actually forgot what the other one was. I forgot. But whatever the other one was, I bet I'd enjoy it more. Oh, Dark Knight. That's like my favorite trilogy of all time. But Lord of the Rings still looks good. I'm not denying that. It's just the least appealing out of those 3. Out of those 5. But, like, this... Bro, your mic disconnected, man. Lock in.
I just stopped talking.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I'm like, bro. The second
I just stopped talking.
I got done watching Lego Movie with Aikman, I turned over to him and I'm like, without Batman in that movie would just be mid and forgotten by now. And he said, you know what,
Yeah,
I
you suck.
agree. And then he wrote his review. And I wanted to say
You
that.
and your brother suck.
I wanted to say that in my review, but I didn't want to. I knew I could have used that potential somewhere in this podcast.
You know, I was literally gonna watch the Lego Movie last night.
Avid rewatcher right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Hey, once you've seen Lego Movie and Lego Batman movie back to back in one night, there's no going back.
Like again, there's like Lego Batman.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday night.
You're gonna redo it. You're gonna run it back.
At the time of recording, it is currently Monday. I'm gonna do it Wednesday night.
Okay. And then I think the thing with Lego Batman is it's one of the greatest films of all time.
The Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
What you take?
And like it just
Just as
captures
good as the Lego movie.
no, it captures everything I like about the Lego movie and then does everything else I like better. Like there's not a joke in the Lego Batman movie that didn't land.
Same with the Lego movie, but whatever, man.
Okay. And this is the thing where agree to disagree. You know? This is where opinions come in. We got to be respectful of each other's opinions, you know? Definitely.
I'm gonna get off this call, bro.
All right, that's fair enough, bro.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Like the video. Subscribe, even though Bodhi's takes suck. Tell them how perfect and great the Lego movie is. And if you don't think so, just don't bother commenting. I don't even want you to subscribe.
Bro, Lego, that's crazy. Hold up. No, all Lego movie haters subscribe for me, because I'm gonna be like in the future. This will be brought
You
up.
hate it? You're gonna
No,
go as
no,
far
no,
as
no,
say
no,
you
no,
hate it?
no. I give it a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic film, but without Batman, it loses substantial
It is.
starage, bro. Without
Say it
Batman,
again. Say
without
that again.
without Batman, it loses substantial starness, bro. And then like all of the joke, like most of the jokes that land are because of Batman.
Oh. See you guys.
See you guys.